Hi, thanks for watching and welcome to Hart Peak Outdoors. My name is Trey Dubard and I'm launching this channel in an effort to make you a better deer hunter. Well, better outdoorsman in general. Not saying I'm any good. I just make mistakes, I know about them, and I'm going to film them for you. You're welcome. It's all about getting better, right? Lots of mistakes are made. Right now I'm headed down to the farm, the family farm, in North Mississippi, in the hills. I'm from Mississippi, native Mississippian, born and raised. I've hunted here all my life. I hunt deer, I hunt ducks, squirrels. I'd like to get into turkey hunting. I've only been turkey hunting once, but I want to do some turkey hunting this spring, and I want to bring it all to you right here, so that maybe you can see my mistakes and not make the same ones. So this early season, I'm headed down to do a little camping with some friends, socially distanced, of course. This whole COVID thing has screwed us up pretty good. I've got a 99-year-old grandmother living down here, so we've stayed away as much as possible in an effort to protect her, which really sucks. It's miserable. I hate it. I like going down there to visit, but it is what it is. What can you do? But we've got some food plot work to do, so I'm headed down there to camp, have a few beverages with my friends tonight, and get some work done. We had a hurricane come through, and it wrecked the Northeast from what I understand. If you're living up there, hope you're all right. Sorry about it, but it brought us really good weather. It was in the 60s last week. The 60s in North Mississippi in August. It was great. Tonight is supposed to be low as 70s, and during the day it's still hot as balls. I'm sweating right now because I got the windows rolled up and the AC off for this introduction, so I'm going to keep it short. These hunts that I'm about to show you in a segment brought to you by Hats and Sunglasses. Wear your hats and sunglasses. Protect yourself from the sun at all times. These hunts are a perfect example of how I screw it up, how I am my worst enemy, and I hope you learn something. So I'm going to shoot it over to that right now. Enjoy the segment. I'm not going to call them segments. That was a joke. So I'll see you there. It is October 7th, 2019. It is my first hunt of the year. It's been hot, like real hot. I'm in North Mississippi hunting the hills on a pine farm, the family farm. And it's just been too hot to hunt. But it has cooled down. The high today was 68. And I am hunting pretty tight to bedding. I've already seen one that tried to come in while I was setting up and skirted around. But I only caught a glimpse of it. I don't know what it was. So, wish me luck. Well, I'm about 30 minutes away from the end of my first set. I had an encounter with a small 8-point buck, but he busted me. I did not know he was there, and he was out 15 yards behind me, 12 yards, something like that. He just walked right up behind me, and then I coughed just the slightest amount. He got real wigged out, and by that time I couldn't move because he was giving me the death glare. And I've still got some time, but I don't think I'm going to see anything else. It is October the 9th. I have hunted the last 2 days, the 7th and the 8th, to limited success. The spot I'm going to today is a spot I'll be returning to, the first sit of the year on the 7th. I picked the wrong tree, frankly. So I pulled that set out. I did a hanging hunt. So I'm doing another hanging hunt this morning in preparation for Saturday. So I have picked out a better tree, and I'm going to put a stand in it and leave it there. I want to hunt this stand again in the evening when a cold front has just come through, and that will happen this Friday. It's 8:30, and I got set up in here around 6:20 or so, about 10 minutes before daylight. And when the sun came up and it got light enough to see, I noticed that the lane that I've been hunting has been mowed. I haven't seen any deer, and I don't believe they're bedding in here right now. I've seen a squirrel. I've seen a couple of woodpeckers, but this is the second time this year that I've been squirreled. Dadgummit. There's a woodpecker. Dadgummit. Oh well, I'm gonna sit here for a little longer and see if anything comes out. That's pretty neat. I guess I'm gonna stick around for a little longer. I just played back and watched that deer's reaction, and if that had been a shooter that's not gonna cut it, I am too exposed here, so I think I'm gonna break this set down and move it today. I chose a crappy spot again. I really gotta stop doing that. I hope you learned something. I know I did. I wish I had learned it from a YouTube video as opposed to lived experience, but you know, I'm sure I watched plenty of videos that told me, hey, don't go in the dark and pick a tree and jump up in there. You might end up in the very middle of the road, of the deer highway, and that's what happened. So I'm about to get on this this clover. I've got some clover to spread. I've got about 25 pounds of it. I'm not putting all of it out. I'm going to overseed this small plot that we've disked up real good. It is fine powder right now. Some people would call this a poor man plot. I take offense to that. I would say if your plot requires a $15,000 piece of equipment, that's a rich man plot. I live in the real world, in normal America, and I'm pretty sure most people don't have access to that kind of machinery. Whatever you can do to get nutrients from the dirt to the deer is good, and you should be proud of it. We need to drop the whole poor man food plot terminology, because it's not accurate. That's not how the world works. I don't maybe it's just me. I know I don't have access to that kind of equipment. I call those rich man food plots. So screw you guys and your big nice machinery. I'm kidding. I'm jealous. But I don't think that's the reality for most Americans or most people that hunt. Most of us are doing most of our hunting on public land, and if we are incredibly lucky like I am, have a small family farm to go chase deer around on. For this micro plot, I'm overseeding it because I don't think there's going to be rain in the next little bit. I would prefer to broadcast the seed right before it rains, but that's not. I'm here, and I'm here now, and this is when I can do it, and it's when it's getting done, and it'll get done. This seed is tiny. Clover seed is tiny. I'm planting it in a white clover from some company I'm not familiar with that came very highly recommended. But as far as that goes, on my shoulder spreader, I am operating the trap door manually with my hand. The little nut that slides to lock the trap door open is locked closed, and it's too big for this seed. The manufacturer instructions call for 5 pounds per acre. I put about 7.5 pounds per acre on this spot because I don't know how much of it birds are going to get, basically. And if it's overseeded, that'll be all right. It'll figure it out. It'll work itself out. This is a spot that we're developing for the next couple of years. It's not something we're like, we got to get this plot in to hunt this year or else. That's not the situation. We've been working on improving our habitat management every year, and this is a step in that direction. I've got about 100 pounds of triple 13 fertilizer to put out on another food plot that I will be hunting over this year. I just mowed it and filmed a couple of bucks down there. That was awesome. I enjoyed that a lot. But I'm going to go down there and see what those deer were eating over there and get that fertilizer out. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll be back next week with another video. I think I'm going to do some scouting on public land next week. I've got a trail camera that I put out in January that I want to retrieve, and I've got some spots to look at for my summer scouting. It's getting close. 7 weeks away. Happy hunting, y'all.